Okay, Shalom. Giving all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakah Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the bishops and elders of Great Millstone. And salutation you I came out there that push this word in truth and in sincerity. The first batch of F-16 fighter jets that's capable of carrying nuclear warheads has been shipped to Ukraine. And throughout the months, Vladimir Putin warned the U.S. and NATO not to send F-16 fighter jets to Ukraine. Because now, you got to understand this, the Ukrainian army, they're not equipped to fly these F-16 fighter jets. So who's going to be flying them? American soldiers and NATO soldiers. So that means the United States and NATO is officially at war with Russia, because them Ukrainian soldiers are going to take them at least, listen to Scott Ritter, Conor McGregor, and what's this guy name again? Poppy Escobar. It takes at least 12 months to like 18 months to train a fighter, a pilot to drive to fly these sophisticated aircrafts. So who's gonna be flying them? And Vladimir Putin warned. So we in the beginning stages of World War III. The media is not talking about it because they don't want people alarmed. But behind closed doors, look what's going on in the Gaza Strip. You have Hezbollah. You didn't hear this on the news. Shot over 200 missiles at the IDF. You don't hear this in the news. The IDF being the Israeli Defense Force. Yemen, that's ran by the Houthis. They commit all kind of havoc in the Red Sea. Then you have, once again, Hezbollah, that's controlling the region of Lebanon. Then you got Hamas. Look what's going on in Ukraine. So then you got tensions with China and Taiwan. You got tensions with North Korea and America. North Korea and Russia that signed the pact where Russia's about to send nuclear weapons to North Korea. So things is heating up quickly. Barakatah Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shah for that right there, man. Things are heating up quickly. So we are past the beginning stages of World War III. We in the midst of World War III, but It's going to end. World War III is going to end when Yahweh Shah cracked them skies, bringing death, destruction, and deliverance. And at the same time, the nuclear missiles being shot off from different parts of the earth. That's why it says in Isaiah, the 24th chapter, the 19th verse on down, the earth shall roll to and fro like a drunkard. Because all the missiles are going to be shot off from the east to the west, from the west to the east. And then we know the Lord's going to punish the host of the high ones, which are the international bankers, and they flunky stooges like the prime ministers, the presidents, the chancellors. They all going to have chains slapped upon them and tossed head first into a goddamn pit. Ezekiel, the 39th chapter, the 14th verse. Whereas the Lord's going to set back continuing employment. So we're approaching some sweet, beautiful times, man. Even though it's going to be harsh, a lot of people are going to die. A lot of judgments are going to go forth. But for the elect, it's a beautiful time. Because once Yahweh Shah cracked them skies, man, that's deliverance for the elect. Death and destruction to the 2/3, and death and destruction to Esau and the rest of the nations. And that's a beautiful thing to look forward to. This is Joel chapter. Let me see real quick. This is Joel. Salaki, bear with me for a minute. I lost my page. I had it, but you know, sometimes being overzealous and being, you know, amped to do a video, you lose your page. All right, here we go. This is Salaki. This is Joel chapter 2, verse 1. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. The holy mountain is of Israel. Started with the elect. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is near at hand, a day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness, a day of, saying, as the morning spread upon the mountains, it says, a great people and a strong. There have not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations. A fire devoured before them, and behind them a flame burneth. That's about the nuclear missiles. Because what's propelling the missiles? Fire from behind. It says, a fire devoured before them, and behind them it says, a fire devoured before them, and behind them a flame burneth. The land is as the Garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness. Yeah, because you, like I said, hey man, like it's been brought out in plenty of lessons. America, like the Midwest, Nebraska, Wyoming, basically the region of the Midwest, Nebraska, Wyoming, I'm tongue-tied right now with the other nations over in the Midwest, over the other states over in the Midwest, but it's beautiful vegetation. Animals, farmland, greenery, it's beautiful. You got certain parts of America that's is like still like the Garden of Eden with the beautiful vegetation and the animals and the great sights with acres and acres of greenery. That's before the nuclear missiles hit. But after they hit, it's going to be a desolate wilderness. It's going to be a desolate wilderness. And it reads, yea, and nothing shall escape them. Because them missiles, the nuclear missiles, once they shot off, first and foremost, they spiritually guided by Yahweh Shah, and given the technology to Esau, by Yahweh Shah. They are electronically or GPS guided to hit their targets. So nothing is going to escape these weapons, man. These nuclear missiles is going to hit their targets and destroy everything. Make America a lake of fire right along with Israel. But you got to understand something. Israel is going to be built back up, but America is going to be a desolate wilderness for generations. In the kingdom, America is going to be that forbidden land. The land, whereas this is what happens if you go off. This is going to happen to you if you go off. If you commit wickedness. If you spread wickedness. This is going to be the end result. Being destroyed. Burnt with fire. It says, yea, and nothing shall escape them. The appearance of them as the appearance of them it says the appearance of them is as the appearance of horses, and as horsemen so shall they run, like the noise of chariots on the top of mountains, so shall they leap, like the noise of a flame of fire that devoured the stubble, as a strong people set in battle array. It's not talking about an actual army. It's talking about a bunch of missiles spoken about in Jeremiah 50 verse 9 that's going to be sent forth by that assembly of great nations. And the missiles are going to come in a military formation because they're going to shoot them in the military formation. That's why it says in Jeremiah 50 verse 9, lo, let me get that real quick. And I'm going to come back to this because that's important to understand that these missiles are going to be shot off in military formation. This is Isaiah. This is Jeremiah chapter 50 verse 9. For lo, I will rise and cause it to come up against Babylon, which is America, an assembly of great nations. We got to understand something. Ancient Babylon became a province of the Medo-Persian Empire. It was not destroyed. It was not burnt with fire. It became a province of the Medo-Persian Empire. So therefore, this right here scripture cannot be talking about ancient Babylon. It's talking about modern day Babylon, the daughter of Babylon, which is America. It says, for lo, I will rise and cause to come up against Babylon, an assembly of great nations. Russia, China, North Korea, Iran, Ethiopia, Libya, India, Pakistan. Also, some of NATO allies are going to turn against America, such as Germany, France, Great Britain. And they're going to come up against America and destroy this bitch and burn this bitch with fire. So that's that assembly of great nations. For lo, I will rise and cause to come up against Babylon, an assembly of great nations. This is Jeremiah chapter 50 verse 9. From the north country, starting with Russia. And they shall set themselves in array against a military formation. From thence shall she be taken. Their arrows shall be shot, shall be as a mighty expert man. None shall return in vain. Because once the missiles are shot off, man, like I said earlier in this lesson, they spiritually guided. And the technology that Esau has been given to him by Yahweh Shah. So they're going to be GPS guided. They hit their targets, man. It says, and Chaldea, another name for America, and Chaldea shall be a spoil. All that spoil her shall be satisfied, saith the Lord Yahweh. All that spoil her shall be satisfied, saith the Lord Yahweh. When they see their handiwork, when they see America burning, they're going to be satisfied. Back in Joel chapter 2, verse 3. A fire devoureth before them, and the flame burneth. The land, it says, the land is as the Garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness. Yeah, because the nuclear missiles and that concentrated fire from them chariots when Yahweh Shah cracked them skies. It says, the appearance of them is as the appearance of horses, and as horsemen so shall they run. Like the noise of chariots on the top of mountains shall they leap, like the noise of a flame of the fire that devoured the stubble, as a strong people set in battle array. I gave you the example in Jeremiah 50 verse 9 how they're gonna come in military formation and shoot these missiles off on America. All these different nations that have military that have nuclear capabilities are gonna shoot missiles off. Of course, America gonna shoot missiles off back. That's why I tell you in Isaiah the 24th chapter, the 19th verse, the earth is gonna roll to and fro like a drunkard. Because all these missiles that's gonna be hitting from the north to the west is going to shake the earth. Then let the Lord say once again, he's going to shake the earth, roughly paraphrasing that scripture. It says, like the noise of chariots on the top of mountains, shall they leap, like the noise of a flame of fire that devoured the stubble, as a strong people set in battle array. Before their faces, it says, before their faces the people shall be much pain. All faces shall gather blackness. They shall run like mighty men and shall climb the walls like men of war. It's not talking about actual mighty men. It's talking about nuclear missiles hitting the elements, hitting the buildings and destroying them. And they shall march everyone on his ways, and they shall not break their ranks, because there's not gonna be no missile defense system that's gonna knock these missiles out of the sky. They're gonna hit their targets, man. It says, neither shall one thrust another. They shall walk everyone in his path, and when they fall upon the sword, they shall not be wounded. Talk about the missile defense systems. Once these missiles, they got missile defense systems where they can shoot a missile at another missile and destroy that missile. But these missiles, because you got hypersonic missiles, supersonic missiles that can evade all that, man. And even if they get hit by the missile, it's not gonna destroy them. Why? Because the Spirit of the Lord is gonna be upon these missiles to destroy Babylon. It says, they shall run to and fro. Joel chapter 2 verse 9, they shall run to and fro in the city. They shall run upon the walls. They shall climb upon the houses. They shall enter into the house, into the window like a thief. The earth shall quake before them. The heavens shall tremble. The sun and the moon shall be dark, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. And the Lord shall utter his voice in his army. The army of the Lord is of nuclear missiles. Them chariots that Yahweh Shah is coming back, and that's the army of the Lord. Also, the army of the Lord is Israel. The army of the Lord, talking about the elect of Israel, the army also of the Lord is the nuclear missiles and them chariots. It says, the earth shall quake before them, the heavens shall tremble, the sun and the moon shall be dark, and the stars shall withdraw their shining, and the Lord shall utter his voice before his army. For his camp is very great. The Lord's camp is very great, man. It says, for he is strong to execute his word, for the day of the Lord is great and very terrible, and who can abide it? No one. No one. For the day of the Lord is very great. Who can abide it, man? No one. Zephaniah chapter 1, verse 14 and 15 on down. That great day of the Lord. It is near and hasteth greatly. You people have not a clue, man. You're enjoying your summer. Meanwhile, stumbling, bumbling Joe Biden is about to be ousted, and they're going to replace him with somebody else. Who it is, only the Lord knows, man. But they're going to replace that dude, perhaps with Kamala Harris, but them good old boys in the Midwest, they ain't going for that shit. Because she's an idiot too, Kamala Harris, man. And she's not a Jake woman. She's an Elamite. And she's married to a goddamn Edomite, man. So she have Zero love for you Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Zero. Zero. This is Second Ezra chapter 16, verse 12. And it reads, the earth quickeneth, and the foundation thereof. The sea arises with the waves from the deep, and the waves of it are troubled, and the fishes thereof also, before the Lord and before the glory of his power. Hey, this is how dreadful these missiles are, because during the time of the flood, when the Lord destroyed the earth with waters, the fishes, the whales, the sharks, everything, they was good. Because they was in natural habitat, water. But these nuclear missiles is going to dry up waters, oceans, and create new lands. That's why it's talking about. That's what it's talking about right here. The nuclear missiles is going to dry up oceans and create new lands. It says, let me read it again. 2nd Ezra 16 verse 12. The earth quickeneth, and the foundation thereof. The sea arises up with the waves from the deep, and the waves of it are troubled, and the fishes thereof also, before the Lord and before the glory of his power. When them chariots crack them skies, them nuclear missiles, that's what this is talking about. And it says, for strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. Whose right hand? Yahweh. Why Yahweh Shah's right hand? His arrows, which is the nuclear missiles, hypersonic missiles, supersonic missiles, that he shooteth are sharp and shall not miss. When they begin to be shot into the ends of the world, behold, the plagues are sent, which them plagues, the ultimate plagues, are them nuclear missiles. Contrary they fire from them chariots. Behold, the plagues are sent and shall not return again until they come upon the earth. The fire is kindled and shall not be put out till it consume the foundations of the earth. Not the whole earth. America, Israel, certain parts of Russia, certain parts of China, certain parts of Iran, certain parts of North Korea, certain parts of Great Britain, France, Germany. So you got to understand, it's not talking about the whole earth is going to be destroyed, because the earth will bite it forever. Certain parts of these different nations are going to get hit, but they're going to be built back up again by the first fruits of slaves and their offsprings. It says, the fire is, 2nd Ezra chapter 16 verse 15. The fire is kindled and shall not be put out till it consume the foundations of the earth. Like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer returneth not backwards, even so the plagues that shall be sent upon earth shall not return again. Because once the missiles are shot off, that's it, man. That's it. There's no turning back. There's no turning back. And we at the end of these devils' empire. Once you got a candidate like stumbling Joe Biden, and you struggling to replace him, you know this empire is crumbling, man. You know this empire is crumbling. So you don't think Donald Trump is going to be the next president again? I mean, truth be told, I don't care who coming to the White House, because America's going to be destroyed. But you can't see how America is crumbling and soaking in the drain. You can't see how America is set up as a great altar. And the people and the animals and all the elements in America is that great sacrifice pursuant to Isaiah, the 34th chapter. The first verse on down. There's only 17 verses, and the whole chapter is bad. Once you understand that, pursuant to Jeremiah chapter 51 verse 7, that the Lord used America to spread his wickedness and his filth, it tell you Babylon has been a golden cup in the Lord's hand. Jeremiah 51 verse 7. They spread their democracy, their witchcraft, their whoredoms, their feminism, their Moism, their alphabetism. They spread all that shit throughout the four corners of the earth, man. And now all these nations are looking back and like, yo, listen, man, we got a hard way to go dealing with these goddamn Americans, man. Let us burn her with fire. The Lord's going to put the spirit on these devils in these different nations. When I mean devils, because the Russians, certain Russians, you got a lot of Jakes out there in Russia, but you also got a lot of Edomites out there. So these different devils from these different nations are going to shoot missiles off on America. And America is going to shoot missiles off on America, on these different nations. Understand that this is prophecy. We are past the beginning stages of World War III. Now they're sending F-16 fighter jets to Ukraine, and the first batch has arrived. And they have been warned by Vladimir Putin and Dmitry Medvedev, if I'm saying his name correctly, not to do that. What's going to be the repercussions? We're going to find out real soon. So with that, I'm going to close it out. I'm going to give all praises once again to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakah Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the bishops and the elders of Great Millstone. Salutation, I came out there that push this word in truth and sincerity. Amen. America is about to be destroyed, man. And there's nothing these devils could do about it. Shalom.